The New York Mets are on the board. They quickly pivot from the disappointment of signing Kyle Tucker, who moved on to the Dodgers. They get Bo Bichette, one of the top free agent hitters and defenders. He's a former shortstop, going to move to third base for the Mets. He's a 25 or so homer bat. I think it gives them certainly balance in their lineup with the lefties that they have with Soto and Lindor. Bichette is the top of the lineup type of offensive player. Hit over 300, high 800 OPS. Also could steal 25 bags or so, even though he's dealing with a knee surgery and knee issue there last year. But he's a quality guy, bat the ball skills, doesn't strike out. He's an on-base guy as well. So a lot to like about Bo Bichette. It takes Brett Beatty, likely moves him to first base, although I think you could consider him in left field as well. He has that positional flexibility. But the Mets got one of the top free agent position players, and they got him on a short-term deal, 3-year deal, overall, $126 million, 2 opt-outs. But I like this move for the Mets, and we'll see what else they have. I think it's time for them to pivot towards pitching too. Wouldn't shock me that they go down that starting pitching route next.
What a pivot for the New York Mets. Less than 24 hours after losing out on Kyle Tucker, they swoop in, go bold, and sign up Bo Bichette to a 3-year deal. I mused about this last night when they lost Kyle Tucker. Figured the Mets would still be in play for the big free agents, and I wondered if Bo Bichette would be a guy that they could pivot to and rethink third base, and it seems like that's exactly what the Mets have done. So many things to like about this move, not the least of which is, in all likelihood, it takes him away from the Phillies. If the Mets didn't sign him, there were a lot of rumblings that Bo Bichette was heading to Philadelphia. So that, first and foremost, a big deal. This is a guy that has been a clutch hitter at every stage of his career. I have the numbers right here. A career .330 hitter with a .904 OPS with runners in scoring position. Those are career numbers for Bo Bichette, a type of player that the Mets desperately missed a season ago. As for the fit, like I said, likely third base. That means Brett Beatty, who the Mets believe is a very versatile and athletic player, will get moved around the diamond. Play some third, play some second as we've seen, but also get some time at first base maybe. Maybe move him to the outfield, play some left field as well. So Brett Beatty becomes kind of that super utility guy as of right now. But once again, huge move, huge pivot. Bo Bichette, a New York Met.
Well, Mets fans, the disappointment of the long-fought battle to get Kyle Tucker goes away last night and leads in today with the signing of Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette, I think, is a quality player. I think it's a really good signing for the Mets. I think he's a guy that has shown his ability to get a lot of base hits, to get on base at a high percentage, to hit for a high average, and to be able to drive the baseball, drive in runs. And so he's a little bit of a different kind of hitter than the Mets have had from the right side in the past number of years. Maybe not as much power, but he's going to be on base. He's a guy that can set the table as well as be a quality defender. Probably going from shortstop to third base would be the likely solution for him. He's had 7 years at shortstop already as a part of the Toronto Blue Jays. The one thing that I think that probably questions a lot of people out there, or that comes to mind, is the opt-out after 1 year. I think the Mets right now have a lot of confidence in the guys that they have coming up through the system, whether it be Jet Williams or Carson Bench. And if Brett Beatty has to go to first base or to go to left field to get his at-bats, I have a lot of confidence in Brett Beatty. I think he's really turned the corner. So I think this combination of Bichette with Beatty moving somewhere, even if Bichette opts out after a year, which I wouldn't expect him to do if they have a good year and they're in contention, then the Mets have options coming up through the minor leagues. And David Stearns has always been very, very clear about his intent to let the guys that are coming up through the minor leagues be guys that have an impact at the big league level. So once again, we'll see what else shakes out. I think they're still aggressively, actively pursuing a pitcher, and maybe we'll have some more news in the next couple of days. But until now, Bo Bichette, a Met, I personally think it's a nice move.